What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're looking at Noa Essengue, the 6'9", 6'10", 200-pound forward from France. Played with Ratiopharm Ulm along with Ben Saraf this past season. And he's a really intriguing player because he's got all the physical tools to be an outstanding defender. And then on top of that, he's got a great feel for the game, understands where he needs to be both offensively and defensively. And when you combine that with the fact that he's one of the youngest players in this year's draft at only 18 years old, there's not only a high floor for Essengue, but also theoretically a very high ceiling for somebody who can get downhill, can dunk on you, over you, around you, and also has a good understanding for moving without the ball, which is something I think is a very underrated skill, a very important skill when you go into the NBA and you're not going to have the ball in your hands for the majority of the game. He's a guy who he's got good size and the finishing ability we talked about. He's got an ability defensively to be a really good defender. He's got good hands. He's got the ability to stay in front of smaller players. He generates deflections and steals and will block some shots. Also, I noticed this in a couple of games, but especially one of the games I was able to watch against Alba Berlin. Despite the fact that he's 18 years old, he seemed to be a calming influence on his teammates and even the coaching staff when at a specific moment they looked like they may have been on the verge for a technical. Essengue went over and kind of calmed them down, put his hand on his shoulder. Very mature player for somebody his age. Now, in terms of things he needs to work on or areas of improvement, he's got to get stronger. Most 18-year-olds do. It's not necessarily something I'm too worked up over. I just think it will help him accentuate the areas of his game, which he's already good at, the defense and his ability to finish inside. He's already able to finish through contact at times, but I think that will just really improve as he gets stronger. And then defensively, there are times, especially with his rebounding, where he's out of position. And I think if he's stronger, that will happen less often. But again, he's 18 years old. I expect that to happen. The bigger thing is his shooting. He's not a guy who can shoot off the dribble, certainly right now. And he's not really a guy who's a catch and shoot player with any sort of consistency as of right now. And so those are the areas where he's got to get better. Having said that, I think his free throw shooting improved as the year went on. He shot a respectable percentage there, and we'll get to that in just a moment. And it is something where I do think it can improve. Do I think he's going to be, a 40% guy who can shoot threes off the dribble? Probably not. But do I think he can be a respectable three-point shooter and potentially high 70s free throw shooter? Yes, I do. So statistically, 12 points a game, 5 rebounds, 1.4 steals, zero point 0.6 blocks for Essengue, and about 1 assist per game. He did so while shooting 66% from 2-point range, 73% from the free throw line, and 29% on his threes. So he's got to get better as a three-point shooter, but I don't think, the floor is so low that it can't happen. I think he's a guy who's really risen up draft boards. I expect him to be a lottery pick in this year's draft. Let me know what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. It really means a lot as well. And until next time, peace.